So the game ended by 4 goals to 1. Chelsea defeated Aston Villa by 4 goals to 1. But initially, before the game started, when I saw the lineup, I was, skeptical about the lineup. I wasn't so confident about the lineup, though. The way Liam Rosinho, positioned the players was very much okay. But then the individual players, and coupled with the fact that in their previous outing, they have been erratic in many areas. The only bright light in the team was João Pedro. He was constantly producing goals, do something. And then you expect your defense to at least do something to protect those goals that João Pedro is scoring. But then you see them causing a whole lot of problems. And I wasn't so, confident about how the guys are going to perform, especially, you know, considering the fact that Aston Villa is one of the top 5 clubs in the Premier League table this season. They have been performing exceptionally well. Look at what Douglas Luiz did, his first goal. Look at the performance of Morgan Rogers and all. So they have been performing to that very top level, and they have maintained that position at that top 4 for a very long time. So it is not just a fluke, but a testament of their good performances throughout the course of this season. So when you meet teams like this and you see how Chelsea have been performing, poorly for some games now, you are definitely going to feel, that little bit of fright and uh, uh, lack of confidence in your club to do the job. But then we begin to ask ourselves, when it comes to clubs in the top 5 position, Chelsea begins to perform well, but you know that lower teams, though since the coming of Liam Rosinho, he has been doing well in respect of those lower teams, but we need more because if you look at our last game, look at Leeds drawing to Leeds, and it says it doesn't say well about us. It doesn't really say well about us, and so I was scared about it. And when the game started, within 2 minutes, Aston Villa has scored 1 goal. I was like, God, what is this? Are we back to this again? And I was like, okay, let's just be cool. Let's have a cool head. Let's play this game. At least, Aston Villa are coming out to play good football, unlike Arsenal, who will just sit back and try to look for that set piece to try to do their illegal, fraudulent, style of football that is no longer pleasing to anyone. Aston Villa came out to play football. They were playing, they were matching us, and then I saw that as long as Aston Villa are able to come out to play football, we are going to create chances. And before you know it, João Pedro was able to get the equalizing goal and also got the second goal to, put us ahead in the half. And then at the second half, Cole Palmer turned up. He played exceptionally well and then got the third goal. And then João Pedro crowned the whole thing up with his hat trick on the day. And that was a wonderful performance. And to be honest, I was so happy and elated about their performance. And we want such performance to continue. Wonderful show from Jorgensen. Jorgensen, has now shown us that he is more than just a second choice goalkeeper, that he can come up and do the job. The goal that was scored, wasn't really his fault, close, close range, shots like that or close range movement of the ball is definitely very difficult, to track. And so before you know what is happening or to, guess the movement of the ball, it's already at the back of the net. So you can't really blame Jorgensen for that goal. But look at his performance overall. He did well. He did well. And we must praise him for that. And now Chelsea have now moved to the 5th position in the English Premier League table. They are just 3 points below, Manchester United and Aston Villa. And if Aston Villa and Manchester United happens to lose their next game and Chelsea wins, Chelsea will go ahead of them because currently Chelsea is 48 points, Manchester United 51, Aston Villa 51. But then Chelsea goal difference is plus 19, while I think Manchester United is plus 11, Aston Villa is plus 9 thereabouts. So once Chelsea wins the next game and these people loses their game, then Chelsea will definitely go ahead of them in goal difference because Chelsea will have a greater positive goal difference compared to any of them, because Chelsea has scored more goals and conceded less than any of these teams. And so we expect Chelsea to now capitalize on this, because if Chelsea are able to do it, they move directly to the third position, just below Manchester City and Arsenal. And if you look at the positioning now, Arsenal are poised to become, the new Premier League winners, but the challenge is still there, because Manchester City have a game in hand. Arsenal has played 30 games, while Manchester City and other teams have played, 29 games. So 1-1 games in hand. And I think if Manchester City can pull up a win, then they will be, I think, 4 points below Arsenal, just 4 points below Arsenal. And you would want to expect that um, Manchester City will continue this push. But overall, kudos to Chelsea and kudos to the boys. They turned up. The mindset was okay. The performance was okay. Though we need to talk about Garnacho. Garnacho performed well. He played well, but conversion of chances is his problem. Opportunities came. There was a cross that he got, was just one on goal. Just shoot. I don't know what he was trapping that ball for. The second one that he got the pass, just choose a position, and then he could not finish up that game. So his finishing is poor. Ganacho's finishing is poor, and it needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about. Outside that, I think the lads perform well. They turn up well. Their awareness of the game was top notch today. They were able to infuse themselves into the game 100%. And if you can, keep that concentration for the complete 90 minutes, then you will produce something, wonderful. But if you lose concentration for a minute, you will be punished for it. That is just it. If you lose concentration for a minute, you will be punished for it. Yorel Ato made a silly mistake in the first half, which cost us that first goal. He wasn't following up on his man. He gave him a lot of space, which caused him to, pull up that cross into the 18-yard box. But I think from time to time, if he continues to have consistent game time, he will definitely improve. He will definitely improve on his game and improve on the craft, and he will know how to cover up, players at that, flank positions. He will know how to cover up players very well. But he needs to understand that you don't give players that space. Once they are on the flank, they can pull up the cross. You go close to them, not to push them, but go close to them to make sure that you don't give them that space, to hit that pass into your 18-yard box. That is what you need to do. But then it's a mistake, and I think he corrected himself, and he did exceptionally well throughout the game. Good one, and a very good news that we saw Kukureya come back, and wonderful one. But then Xavier Williams, we don't know, where he's still battling with the injury, or he wasn't in the game at all. He wasn't on the bench. He wasn't anywhere. He wasn't in the game at all. We hope that we will see him come back soon. Maybe in the game against Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Champions League. Maybe they are trying to keep him for that game. Nobody knows what is currently the truth about the situation of Xavier Williams for now. But I just feel that this team is moving in the right direction, and they should continue this way. 100% concentration on the game, and then push forward and get the job done. But we are still lacking something. Forget about the win. We are still lacking something. We need shooters. We need shooters. We need shooters. Outside of the 18-yard box shooters, those people who can shoot R2, R2. It is very important it is very important. A time will come when a team will keep the low block and you will not be able to penetrate them. What do you do at that point? You must be able to find ways to shoot, and then you must also be able to find ways to cross. Thank God we have a striker like João Pedro, who is able to lift himself up, get the noddings, able to shoot, able to position himself properly, able to, the guy is just a revolution. He is just our best signing, one of our best signings. Esteban also is a very wonderful player. He's playing very well. So João Pedro happens to be one of our best signings. Our Brazilian signings have been wonderful, exceptional. Look at João Pedro. Look at Xavier Williams. Look at um, Andre Santos. These guys are performing very well. We haven't really got it wrong, with Brazilian players. We are always, on point with Brazilian players, and long may that continue. Long may that continue. We need the press on. We need our guys to continue to press on. The mission is not over yet. We need to continue winning till the end of the season to ensure that we push ourselves to that top four position. You must continue to win so that any team ahead of you that has a dip in whatever play that they are going to be facing, you will be able to use that opportunity to climb above them. That is what you need to do. You must be able to win your games, and the next games that are coming are not so easy. Our next games are not so easy, but I believe that the guys can do something wonderful. Come on, you Blues.